up guys, Chat Close here, and today we are going to do our tutorial on how to make a video game. We are going to do some things. We're going to make the mini turret AI, I believe, today. And we're going to work on some of our change weapons on key press. We did that, so we can just delete that. But we're going to change it, so instead of changing to like a barrel weapon and laying barrels, because when you do that you kind of get overrun, we're just going to make the barrel be like the alt key. And then our turrets will be our shift. So let's go ahead and work on these, deploy our barrels and stuff first. So in our thing, when we switch our guns down here, when we hit our space key, we switch guns, and we're going to just skip over. So where we ++1, we're going to do if current gun is equal to our barrel, which, what's our barrel? Is it, not sure what gun our barrel is. 1, 2, this is our first one, second one, third one. I don't actually remember. Let's go ahead and just test this out real quick. Go ahead and play. Boot up. In our ammo, let's see. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Yep, it's 3. Alright, so if our current gun equals 3, we want to skip over it. So we're just going to do current gun ++. Alright. And then if it's 5, which is our turrets, we're going to switch over that. So if it's equal to 5, we're just going to make current gun equal 0. So it switches back over to front. Alright, so now we have that figured out, so it won't, you can't actually switch to that weapon. Now what we need to do is we need to set up some inputs so we can lay those. Alright, so we go ahead and hit File, or Edit, Project Settings, Input, and a window should pop up. Here we go. We can see all these inputs, and we're just going to go change this to 19. And the bottom two we're going to rename. We're going to name this one barrel undercase, and our positive button is going to be left alt. Alright, I guess we could put alternate positive. We can do right alt 2, won't hurt. And then we're going to make another one which will be turret undercase, and this is going to be left shift, and our alternate is going to be right shift. Alright, so we got those set up. So now if we go ahead and save our project, and now if we hit that button, so if we hit our turret, we want it to lay a turret down, or we'll do barrel first. We want it to lay a barrel down. So if we go up here and we go to our firing, we can see when we fire a place, we just call the place barrel function that we made. So down here we can just put that in there, and then we got to check if we have enough ammo. And how we can do that is we can just do up here if I guess we check if when we're firing. So we can just go if ammo 3 is greater than 0, we can place a barrel, and then we'll minus some ammo. Just like that. So now when we go ahead and play this, go ahead and hit the player. I don't know why my computer is going so slow today. Sorry about that. Alright, here we go. So now if we go ahead and hit 3, if we, so if I'm changing weapons, I can't change to 3. If I crank up, so we have barrel ammo, I'm trying to hit the space bar and it's not working, but if I hit the alt key, you can see I can lay barrels. And if you hold the alt key, why? That was kind of weird. For some reason, my controls kind of stopped working. Oh, I know why. It was because when you hold down the alt key, this window pops up. See if it pops up. This window pops up. That wouldn't happen in a game, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh, maybe it's... I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's that though, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm trying to think. Maybe the E button? Do you think the E button would work better? Just when you're moving around. Because you want to be able to shoot... My computer's going so slow. Maybe the E button. Yeah, I think the E button's going to work a little bit better. So let's go ahead and put E, and then we'll use Q. So we can just simply change this. So go to Edit, Project Settings, Inputs, and in our barrel, we can just change this to E. And then delete that. And then for our turret, we'll just use W. Or Q, my bad. Delete that. Alright, so now we have those inputs set up. And that all works. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our turret script. So we're going to have to change the turret a little bit. So if we go ahead over here and go back to our scene, if we drag, we can just drag our barrel in here real quick. And that could just be our base mesh. And then change this to our turret. Turret. Here we go. Maybe we won't use the barrel. Duplicate that, and we'll just move it over here. Alright, so as you can see, we need to change this to turret minigun. We don't need a box collider on it, and we don't need this object rotate. Alright, and then we want to move this up so it's parallel with the ground. 0.15. And now when we rotate this, we don't want the base to rotate, we only want the top. So we're going to have to go and change this mesh up a little bit. Call this MiniGun and pull it out. So let's go into our blender. I don't know why my computer is going so slow today, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, open up our player. We can just hide all of this other than MiniGun. And we want this two objects. We want the top to rotate freely. So what we can do is we can just select this, all of this, and just keep using L. Select all this, select all that. So now if we alt separate all this stuff, and then we want cursor to selected, and then we want the geometry to this or the origin to 3D cursor. So now when we rotate it along the z-axis, it points in the direction we want. Alright, so we can just call this MiniGun top. Oh, go ahead and file save that. Alt hide everything, select everything, and export it. Make sure you have the same settings, 50 scale. Go ahead and export that. Open up Blender, and as you can see, you're gonna see this top disappear because now it's only the top or the bottom. So we're gonna go fix our store over here. Is it turret 5? Yep. Alright. So we're just gonna let's just duplicate turret 5, put it on top of turret 5, and then we can just go ahead and remove box collider, remove the object rotate, and then change this mix. So let's just go ahead and move this up. My computer is super slow today. So we can see that it's gonna be this angle maybe. So that should be right about there. And then if we go on our bottom, maybe we can line it up a little bit better. Alright, so there we go. So now we have that, and it's just attached to it. So if we go to the store, this will rotate just as it should. So let's go back to our MiniGun. by hitting F. We are going to put an empty in here, and this will just be called turret top. Drag that into the minigun, zero it out. Oops. So we do right in the middle. And then let's add actually, let's see. Let's just duplicate this minigun turret. Delete turret top, delete that. Change this to turret top, minigun top. Apply that to the minigun and then move it up. So now if we go ahead and we rotate this on the y-axis, maybe not. Maybe we still need that empty in here. Empty, top, apply the minigun to it. Oops. Pull this outside. Oh, put that back in the minigun. Put the top in there, zero it out. Put this back in the minigun, and then put that there. And then now when we rotate it, what the hell? Make sure that's zero. It really just does not. Okay, why? This is really bugging me. Zero this, call this minigun. Pull it back out. Attach. Make sure this is all. The rotations are zero. Attach the minigun and the minigun top to it. We will put another empty in here, and we'll call this one top. Zero it out. Make sure it's going down the axis, which it is. Attach the top, and now when we rotate this, thank God it rotates. Alright? Good, good. So now if I go ahead and let's drag this into our objects folder. And we can drag this over here. Let's go ahead and just look at the size of this object in our gameplay. So let's get this booted up. My computer is just slow. As you can see, it's kind of small, so let's just scale this up a little bit to like 2 times. So that's not a bad size. 2 I think will work the best. So we'll just go ahead and put 2 in here. Go ahead and apply. And it looks like we need to move it up a little bit. 0.25 will work. Alright, so now let's get our script going for this. So let's go ahead and create a new JavaScript. And we'll just call it turret control. Go ahead and open that up. We're going to just copy some of our functions we already have made. Like the fire script right here. Because this is pretty much going to be the exact same thing that we're going to use. So we can copy all of this, paste it in here. Alright, and then, oops, fire, and then it's going to check if there's a gun clat. We can just delete the parameters because it's just going to be one variable. And then I think that's everything we need to change in the script itself. We just need some variables. So we have our gun clat, which would be false. Our flash prefab, which is a transform. What else do we got? Turret.transform.rotation. So our top, our flash position, which is going to be a transform. Flash prefab, got the top, changes the top, Alright. It looks like everything else should be fine. We need gun damage, which is just going to be equal to 1. Alright, so now if we go ahead and see if we have any errors. Nope. So now whenever we call that, it will just fire in the directions. Maybe unidentified turret. Oops, top. You can see it buffering down here. It takes a little longer than I'm used to because my computer is slow. Come on. Come on. Alright. So now if we go in our minigun, in our inspector, and we go ahead and drag our turret control, we can see we need all of our stuff. So let's put our flash prefab in there, our top, and our flash position. We're going to need another empty. Drag that in the minigun, zero it out, and we'll just call this flash pass. Alright. Drag it to the tip of the gun, and then go ahead and just attach that to the top, and then drag that in here. Oops. There we go. Go ahead and apply all this. Alright, so now whenever we fire, it should be firing from that position. Let's, from our physics raycast, instead of transform that position, let's do flash position. Alright. And now for just testing purposes, let's do like fire. Oops. Firing. Oh, firing equals false. Let's just make sure we can get this thing to fire. So if firing, stop firing, and let's call our fire variable. Alright? Let's go ahead and play this and see if we can get this thing to fire as it buffers and loads. Alright, my screen cap ran out. So now if we go ahead and hit firing, we can see that the flash is it's in the wrong direction, which is because the transform that position is this way. So if we go here, top that transform that rotation, I guess it is that way. So let's change this up a little bit. In our top prefab, we're going to change this transform, because our forward is actually this way. So if we go ahead and rotate this 90 degrees, now it's in the right direction, and then we can change our flash to right there. We go. So now go ahead and apply this. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, I'll be right back once this quitting stops. Alright, so it opened back up, and none of this saves, so I'll just redo it for you guys, and my flash position seems like it's not there either. So we want to change that to 90. Go ahead and apply. Oh my god. Try again. Try again. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Don't do this to me. Alright, so I figured it out. I had to delete my minigun, and then I redid it. And let's go ahead and get our flash position in here. Zero this out. Flash pause. And then get that in the right spot. Alright. And then we gotta let's apply all of this stuff again. So turret control, flash, top, and our flash prefab. Go ahead and apply this. Don't crash. Alright. Play. I'm pretty sure I spelled collab wrong, but alright, so looks like we're firing. Cool. That is good. Let's see if it actually does damage to anyone. Unless we die. let's put that right there, and let's fire. Oh my god. Alright, let's go in front of this thing. Let's bring the group over. Yep, alright, so it's shooting things. That's cool. So now we need it to aim at things. So we'll have a certain range that it'll shoot, and we'll use our physics collider thing that we did last time we used this. Or we used for the barrels, I mean. So I had to close all my scripts. But let's go ahead and open up our turret control. And also, need a barrel script. What's it called? Grenade move. We'll just put it in the player move script. And steal that explode function. Go ahead. Oh, there it is. So we can just copy all of this. Or we'll just copy parts of it. So we want this. Hit colliders, because this brings back an array. And in here, we can just delete all this and do aiming. So function aiming. And apparently I didn't copy this. Copy. Paste. Alright, so blast radius, this is just going to be range. And let's just have it equal to like 8.0. So it's pretty much going to be able to see everything. And now remember, we're only searching for colliders that have the finish, so we can just go ahead and copy all of this. And then we need a target. So var temp target. And this is going to be a transform. And we'll go if vector 3, well first if temp target, if there's no such thing, if it's undeclared, it'll be false. And in that case, we're going to make it temp target equal to the transform that we're checking. But if it is else, like that, we're going to check the distance. So if vector3.transform, oh, vector3.distance, my bad, of our position and their position is greater than the, copy all of this, or I mean if it's less than the distance between us and our current temp target. So that means it's just the closest target. We want to change our temp target to this, so we can just copy this line. Alright? So now it should always have our temp target and whatnot, so we can have this. Alright, so now if we have a temp target, we are going to shoot at it. So we can do aim, or we can just do fire. We're not doing fire. We'll do firing again. Else, we're just gonna have it rotate. So top.transform.Euler-angles.y is just gonna be plus time.delta time times like 30 degrees every second. Alright? And now we need our function firing. And we need a variable that's called a fire timer. And we'll add to that every time. So fire timer plus equals time dot delta time. And then we need a fire speed too. So fire speed. And we'll have that equal to say like 0.4 start off with, because that'll be an upgrade. So now if fire timer is greater than fire speed, we're going to reset our fire timer, and we also are going to do, we're going to fire, And for right now, that's all we're going to do. We'll have this so it only has so much ammo, and once it runs out of ammo, we'll just have it explode. Alright, next thing we need to do is we need to fire at something. So in here, let's just pass along our temp, our target. Alright, and we can just use temp target again and use transform. And we can just do transform.look at our temp target. Alright? Dot position. Actually no, we're not. We're gonna do var tar is a vector 3. It's gonna be equal to temp target dot transform dot position. And this is just gonna be tar because we don't want it to look up and down, so tar.y is going to be equal to position.y. It's actually not our position, it's going to be our flash position. Alright, so that's good. And now we go ahead, and hopefully this should start firing at stuff. And we have some errors, it seems like. Line 23. Oh, my bad. Buffering. Line 25. Again, sorry about my computer going slow. I don't know what's wrong with it. Come on. You can do it. Alright, play. If it ever plays. So it is kind of working, I guess. It's kind of shooting up in the air, isn't it? That's not good. Transform, look at, oh, we want only our top. Only our top, and then we only want to look at our top height. Let's see if that stops it. That's still not working. Wow, my computer is going so slow right now. Okay, so now it's working. So it just had to actually buffer into the game. Alright, so if it's in range, it'll shoot at it. Pretty cool. Let's see it. Yeah, so it just takes down this mob. So it's actually pretty powerful. Right? That's cool. I think that's going to be all for this one. We'll work on having it to destroy itself once it runs out of ammo and stuff next time. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, favorite, and subscribe.